There's nowhere in Britain as white, English and Christian as Knowsley. Immigration has barely touched this area. Only 2% of residents were born outside the British Isles. But it's also the second most deprived neighbourhood in England, a place anxious about change.
Experts have looked at all the numbers and concluded that this area should be among the most Eurosceptic in the country. But is it?
I personally think we should stay in.
Do you?
For economic viability.
The country's getting a bit too overpopulated and we need to...
Pull up the drawbridge.
Yeah, 100% that's the word.
I'm going to vote stay in.
Really?
Yeah, purely for security reasons.
I like being part of Europe. I don't want to be out of it.
You're going to get a vote in a few weeks.
Yeah.
Which way do you think it'll be, in or out?
Out. Out.
Out?
And sooner the bloody better.
It is only a snapshot, but it does seem opinions are more nuanced than simple analysis of the polls suggests. The referendum issues are complicated and disputed, far removed from the realities of people struggling to get by in one of the poorest and least educated communities in the country.
How do you feel about the European Union referendum?
What does that mean?
Look, you know what that
Really?
means?
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
The polls suggest that places like this are more likely to want to leave the EU, and there is clear anxiety about the perceived threat from outsiders.
My opinion is get all the English in here and get all the Polish out, because we can't even get it out. The Polish get everything before we get.
There's more foreigners coming into our country and it's hard enough for us to get jobs, but they seem to be getting jobs just like thrown at them, where we can't get a job in our own country.
So you'd like to leave the EU?
No one like to leave the EU, but what I'm saying is it's all changed now, hasn't it?
So it's a hard one, isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is proper hard.
It is proper hard. The fear of change from being in the EU against the fear of change from being out. English nationalism tends to mean support for the Leave campaign. It's easier to love England than the EU. But in the Bulldog pub down the road, again, it's not quite as simple as that.
I think we're a small area, small unit in the world, and I'm not sure that being alone we could fight anything. I think it makes us vulnerable.
But a small country, maybe in size of square footage compared to the likes of, say, Spain, we're British, we're a strong nation. We used to have a strong army, we used to have a strong air force and a strong navy.
Yeah, but I'm not sure going out and staying in, there's going to be that much difference, actually.
So why vote for staying in?
Because it makes me feel comfortable.
Okay, that's your opinion, that's fine.
What the people of Knowsley seem to be telling us is that if they vote in the referendum, it won't be based on class or party allegiance, but on what makes them feel more secure. And the reason it's so hard to call is they know both options carry risk. Mark Easton, BBC News, Knowsley.